What's up, everybody? So today I want to talk about trading out of a hole, and want to talk about this topic now because I've had a bunch of people tell me or let me know that they've had some losses on this pullback in the market. Some, bigger than what it would be ideal for what some might have made on the ride up. And, this is something that happens to anyone as a trader at times. Obviously, as you get better, you want to be better at managing that and knowing when to step aside. But nevertheless, I'll start with a story that comes down to when I interviewed for the prop firm that I worked at like 6 years ago. One of the questions I asked my then to be future boss was, what was the best trade you ever placed in your life? And he gave me an answer that I wasn't expecting. And basically, he had this trade in gold, and he had this whole fundamental thesis behind it, and pretty much everything that he wanted to happen happened. But because he had so much belief in it, he was really leveraged on the trade, and he wasn't able to sit through the normal pullback that would have been needed, and he got shaken out of the. He started up. I think he told me he was up like 50 grand or something, and then it either gapped down or pulled back on him, and he ended up losing 100 grand from there. And this was when he was still maybe a few years into his journey as a trader, and that actually put him in the red at the time for his prop firm. And his boss said to him, "Okay, look, I know you know how to trade, and you made this mistake. So instead of firing you, what we're going to do is I'm going to size you down by a lot. Like maybe if he was trading, let's say 2,000 shares or something, let's say down to 100 shares." And then his boss was like, "Every green week that you have, or actually every green day that you have, I'll up your buying power by 100 shares." And his boss's mentality behind this was, if you go live again, if you were to go live again the next day and you now have this big loss, you're thinking how you're going to act in the market is, okay, I need to make back some of these profits to get back where I was, but that's going to affect the way you trade emotionally and probably cause you to dig even deeper of a hole. So I thought that was a great story on what his best trade was. And he said it was his best trade because that taught him a really important lesson that stuck with him the rest of his trading career. So even though it wasn't a win, he then learned how to take losses, trade out of a hole, and come back and kind of reset the right way. And I've found that to be true in my own trading, especially after a good run. I'll find myself giving back a little more than I would like, and then sometimes I'm fighting it and just trying to get back to that. Let's say I give back, I don't know, 20-25% of profits. You want to be back at those P&L highs, but you need to trade the right way and wait for the right opportunities. So when I catch myself doing that, I always need to take a break or a step to the side and then really size down and get back to being consistent and doing the things that work, rather than trying to hit a home run to get back to where we were. So that's the general gist of the story and how you should focus on trading out of a hole. So I hope you guys find this useful. I know a steep market pulling like this, especially for newer traders, can be a difficult environment, and it's frustrating when you give back a lot of progress and then just keep spinning your wheels. But all right, everybody have a great night.